Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken at his 4. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers.
We play to win. Let's go!
Ready, set.
58, Mike.
Tighten up.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
No. 58. Check. Watch the line left. 54. Come on, boy.
Josh Ferguson with his first carry. He's got daylight.
He get.
Touchdown, Packers. Josh Ferguson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That's to McCaffrey, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hey, Delta.
58 to Mike.
5.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. This is McCaffrey. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here we go. Here we get it.
He'll drop to throw. Completes it to Davis. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line.
Ready. 8 read.
That's what I do. Slam.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 18-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Back to throw here. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Push him back.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Yeah, not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Bravo. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get sixes instead of threes.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a big play that time for the Packers. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
No. 58. 54 Mike. Charlie, don't let Charlie.
On 1st down, Ferguson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. He's got a man complete. It's Clay.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
That's going to be a long day.
They'll try to run down here with Ferguson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Slant 3, alert 3.
They'll try Ferguson again. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check. Back.
Toss play, Ferguson. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Josh Ferguson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Five.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
Ready.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Check safety. Check safety.
Big grip. Big grip.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Got it.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Check 26.
Hey, orbit.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey, and he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Oh, my mic been off the whole time. Oh wait, okay, so is the did you get them all or no?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
Is that all of them or no?
That worked okay, but in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies.
There should be at least one more left.
With some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 2nd down, it's Ferguson. Got some room at the 30. He's at the 50.
Okay, team wide.
The 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Josh Ferguson, 81 yards.
We gotta pick up our team first.
Stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation.
We have enough for a loadout and pick them up.
Emphasis on starting fast. Game,
Actually, they found a
first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hey, Shiz.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Oh, wait, you have enough.
And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big
drive
here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 15
Recon, 152 fighter, hit it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
All right, let's go.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
Use the mic. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Hatchet.
Use your forces. Hard. Hard. Yep.
They'll set up to throw. He will find Davis. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30.
61. Match box.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian McCaffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over.
And there's a guy coming our way from Superstore,
and then come back with something else to keep the defense.
so we gotta watch out.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Even though
There we go.
positive was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into
Guy over
the
there
game,
too.
and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
You seen the guy right there?
Coming up, here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now a run with McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys
There's a guy on the roof of this.
down to 2. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. So they kicked it down.
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Dude, my aim is garbage.
About set
He's low, has no health. I mean, that's no shield.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no?
He's right above you.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Running again, and again it's Ferguson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes The other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going.
Wait, does anyone?
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Someone just got revived.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting
Go to this one
all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Check. Roll out. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Watch the safety creep.
Oh, snap.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the
One of them just got revived.
taking the lead. Oh, how about this? No,
Watch out for the other guy.
just his 2nd miss of the year.
Right there, right there.
And our score will stay right where it
Like that
is.
C4.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5.
Team wipe, nice.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Alright, that's enough.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
I'm back.
Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
Who are these guys?
And
Bodies out.
right on the chalk of the 45. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Where he has to renette a pistols? What?
The last play of the quarter.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
No, I didn't.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out.
Right here, right here, right here.
On this third quarter.
Dang it.
This is the
I had no
National
ammo.
Football League on EA Sports.
I marked him.
On 1st down.
Nice.
Ferguson. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And taking it to the
Dang it, I seen the Renetta pistols, but he didn't have the burst on. It's done.
1st down, Packers.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
It almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time, This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
26.
Alpha.
Throwing now is Rodgers. This complete to the tight end Clay. A good pickup there. 18.
Where's the location? Are they in that building?
3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike.
Let's go, D.
Hey, high 7.
To throw on 3rd down. Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Vincent Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
This is a sniper. This way.
Able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll set up the throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Oh.
That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. The throw over the middle, taken in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they would have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major.
I'm trying to watch this little hole.
Trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
Dang.
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense.
Yeah, I got some.
Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Minneapolis.
Wait, back up, back up.
The score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it.
Wait, are you good on ammo?
To get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
I do not need that. I don't need Shotgun ammo. Who needs sniper ammo? SMG ammo. I'm and here's a little bit of AR ammo. Whoever needs it.
And mark him at the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And maybe a measure of revenge there.
Nice.
He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Right back to Ferguson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that'll make it third and goal.
Hey, yo, this guy's over here. Get backing out.
Ferguson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to
Holy,
go.
how did I get sniped?
And this is good. It was running out of gas.
Oh, wow, they're back there. They're back there. No wonder I got sniped.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
Yeah, they back there. Watch out.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 20.
That guy, you can pass him up. He's right behind you, bro.
27-yard line.
See? Nice.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations all the time. All the time. They know what they want to get done, and they lock it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves. It. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Wide open receiver complete. Past the 20, 10, and oh so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. This is caught. They'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian McCaffrey with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
He slapped me in the neck. What's happening? Oh.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Critical.
And he's off to work.
Gotta hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Shift! Check.
Hey, echo.
Right there. 54.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before.
Get that ball.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jaguars, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.